I'm going to call the meeting to order. Good evening and welcome to the Thursday, July 10th, 2025 meeting of the City of the Worcester Historical Commission. My name is Diane Long and I'll be chairing tonight's meeting. Before we begin, I have a few brief announcements concerning how our meeting will proceed tonight. Tonight's meeting is a hybrid format, which means that attendees may participate in person here at City Hall or remotely. You may log in via computer by going to worcestermass.zoomgov.com/J/160-487-3519, entering access code 160-487-3519 in the Zoom application, or by calling in at 1-669-254-5252 and entering access code 160-487-3519. To manage remote participation during our hybrid meetings and prevent disruptions, all participants are automatically blocked from unmuting themselves, turning on their video, or sending chat messages. For remote participants who would like to comment on an item on our agenda, we ask that you use the raise hand feature in Zoom during the discussion on that item. If you are joined by phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *9. Staff will then call on members of the public one at a time and give them permission to unmute themselves. If you are joined by phone, you will then be able to unmute yourself by pressing *6. This is a public meeting, which means both that it is being recorded and that meetings will be taken and published at a later date. To help with this process, we ask all speakers participating in person to use a microphone, to please clearly identify yourself each time you speak, and the first time you speak, please state your city or town of residence for the record. To help maintain an orderly meeting, please address all comments and questions through the chair rather than directly to any of the other speakers or applicants. If you are here for an item that will be postponed or continued, please note that no additional notice will be sent to you before the next meeting. The best thing to do is to call the planning department the day prior to our next meeting to confirm if the item will be heard or postponed that night. Once an item is called, there will be a brief presentation of the item, followed by any additional comments and clarifications from members of the city staff, then an opportunity for anyone from the public to speak on that item before we proceed to board discussion and action. Please also note that all approval votes will be by roll call tonight when the time comes. I'll begin by taking a roll call of the Commission and the city staff. Commissioner Thurman?
Here.
Commissioner Helnarski?
Here.
Commissioner Andre?
Here.
Commissioner Santos Recibo?
Here.
Commissioner Taylor?
Here.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavoti?
Here.
Commissioner Long? Here. Michelle Johnstone?
Here.
And tonight we're going to begin with old business, which is 3 Decatur Street. And if the petitioner can come to the microphone. And we have an interpreter.
Yes, through the chair, we have Caesar, who's the owner, Rick Hubert, the contractor, and the interpreter. If you could just introduce yourself.
My name is Pacheco, Mr. Pacheco.
Thank you. All right, so the last meeting, you had requested to vinyl side the entire building, and we asked for at least an option of keeping the front of the building original.
Yeah, that's why I give the picture to the Michelle, and we keep same, but just the vinyl, this shaping. It's close like the original.
So you still want to use vinyl, but you're willing to do shingle on the front only or all the way around?
Just in the front. In the back side, we use last meeting, we talking about the left, back, and the right, use the regular.
Okay,
So now, we use that one, the same color, try to put this shaping.
all right. So it'll be the shingle vinyl. And it'll all be the same color going around?
Same color, yes, same color.
Okay. And we're not going to address the porches tonight, just the siding. Does anybody have questions on the siding, the use of shingles on the front? Would anybody have a preference for another material? Everybody in agreement to allow the vinyl siding on the sides and the rear?
And through you, Madam Chair, everybody is able to speak this evening. However, just for the record, Commissioners Halnarski and Taylor won't be able to vote because it was opened at the last meeting.
Okay. And we have a quorum?
That's correct.
Okay.
I have a question. Where exactly are we, like, what's being specified as the front? Like, is the side of the kind of porch area, is that going to be shingles, or is that going to be the lap siding, or?
Ella está hablando que aquela parte onde ela está com uma satélite ali, o que vai poner allá, mira allá, o que vai ser hecho aí.
Oh, same, just the vinyl regular. Front, left, and right the same. Just in the front.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we use the black, but the corners, we can put the same color, white color, because combining with the windows.
Okay.
Okay, so the shingle is actually going to wrap
Just to
around
the
that
front,
part.
just
No,
all the
that's,
front,
he's
all the face,
he's
all
saying
all
only the face.
All the face.
Yeah, so through you, Madam Chair, we actually have a good example on tonight, just for the benefit of the commission. I'm going to go forward a few slides of another project that you approved a few years back, if you just give me 1 second. So this house here, you approved wood in the front and on this side here, and on this portion here, and then on this portion here, and then the rest of it is vinyl. So here's an example of a mix of wood and vinyl. In this case, he's proposing vinyl and vinyl, but it's a matching vinyl in the front.
But on the one that we approved a few years ago with the wood,
It was all
it did
clapboard.
wrap around that front that you can see from the street.
Well, you can see all of the sides from
Oh,
the
sure.
street, but yeah, in the sides closest to the street, it is wood.
Okay,
So then only the front will be shingle and the rest are going to be like lap siding, like? There'll be two different, like, shapes then, right? Is that?
I mean, I think in this instance,
Yeah.
it probably would look better to have it just the front, because if you wrap it around with the shingle, wrapping around a little bit, you're going to have the shingle and the.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
meeting up, yeah.
that
I could see
might
that,
look a
yeah.
little odd.
Yeah.
And through the chair to the petitioner, with the aid of the interpreter if possible, just for clarification, I know that siding is being requested here, but what is being proposed for the trim at the soffit? So the brackets in the soffit and the fascia up at the roof line?
The soffit is like a white. Soffit
Yeah.
all around with
Yeah, but right now it has brackets though. So are those going to remain wood? Are you going to paint
They
them?
little bit down. They put a little bit plastic things and they with aluminium, and they holding in the.
So you're going to box them in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's not typically something that's approved by the commission.
No. Yeah, we don't normally approve that. Can the brackets stay?
Se lo brackets vai continuar aí, vai sacar os brackets.
Lo que ellos digan, si de dejo lo saco, no hay problema, whatever.
Thank you for asking that question.
So, up to you, if you want to keep in this, we can keep in, or we can put soffit, but normally we use soffit with holes.
I'm sorry, I'm not following. We're interested in keeping the brackets as they are up on, around the roof line?
Visible, not boxed in.
Dígale que no importa, dígale que si ellos quieren, dejo los brackets, o que no les saco, no para que sacar, o si quieren que saque, yo digo lo que ellos quieren.
He says, like, the way you guys like to do,
Could you speak into,
I'm sorry.
They don't appear to be in bad shape. It looks like they can just be painted.
yeah,
La verdad que no se mira mal, solamente necesita pintar.
Pero I want to put aluminum all the edge, because the edge is like a rusty, it's no good. See, look, it's in the front all around. No good, it's coming down. So that's why I put aluminum around all and the soffit and the bar. Is possible?
Those, I mean, they look fine.
Put more on these little blacks. Is rust,
It's rusty, sorry, on the corner over there, not on the corner, like all the way down, the end, you can see like a little black. You can go all the way on the right side, more.
yes.
These areas and the other area also is rusting, then like, that's not good for the way
So
it
we
is.
can put maybe new woods and they put aluminum. New woods and they cover with aluminum and a little bit down and they put soffit.
Do you believe you can replicate those brackets? I can't, I would highly doubt that the commission's going to approve
The enclosure.
enclosing those brackets or getting rid of them.
If you want it, we keep in the same trims. We keep same trim.
Yes, we do want that.
So through you, Madam Chair, what I would recommend is replacing the actual rotten board in kind and just keeping the brackets as is and painting them, and then J-channeling at the top of the siding.
The story behind me says like I have like a kind of trim, like a vinyl, the same way you can put it, you know.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
The point is, have all different like siding. You can put like no siding, side the trim. You can put like the same shape, but it's like a plastic ones,
They sell that in vinyl.
like a vinyl
So it
one.
looks the same. They sell that in vinyl.
question, what is the condition of all those
You know,
brackets?
But why replace them at all? I mean, they're there.
Maintenance free.
No.
No.
So what is the condition of each of those brackets? I understand they're wood, but what is the condition? Are some of them rotting?
Yeah, it's a little bit old because
Well, there's old and then there's, I have an old house and I deal with this all the time. If the brackets are in one piece, that's one thing. If they're rotting, that's a whole different story. If they're rotting, yes, you should replace them with a wooden or a vinyl black bracket. But to replace something that adds to the architectural integrity of the building does not really make sense, and that's nothing that we would espouse.
Si está mal hay que cambiar todo, si no.
is something, some places bad, sometimes the problem is the wood is there, some places the little, se dice aves,
So
beers make a little bit holes.
So through the chair to the applicant.
But if you want it, we keep the same, we keep, so up to you, me no problem, just.
Michelle's trying to address you. with-
So I think you're saying that there's some rot on this board here, right, that I'm pointing out? So you would replace that board, not the brackets, you would paint the brackets.
No, the brackets, no.
The brackets are fine. So you would replace the board,
The edge,
The edge, yeah. So you would replace it and paint it, is what the commission's going to approve, it sounds like. So you good with that? Okay. So why don't, the commission still is going to address the siding, and it sounds like for the brackets, they're going to stay wood, you're going to paint them, you're going to paint the soffit and fascia and everything up at the top, and you'll just put a strip of J channeling in, and you'll side from there down. Are you okay with that? Okay.
Completo.
Sí, ella dice que va a dejar los mismos
Okay.
palos.
Ujú, los mismos palos.
Y solo que
If
pintar,
there
pero puede
are
cambiar la
no more
madera.
questions from the commission, we can open it up for any public comment.
Yeah.
Hearing
It's better
none, I'll
because
ask a
if
motion
change
to
the
close
wood,
public
the
comment.
sides, we can put new galleries, right?
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second?
And before we do that, could you just repeat what, Caesar, could you just repeat what you just said to me? Because I didn't hear you. I want to address it before we close public comment.
I said, okay, everything is fine. We keep the woods, just that we change the edge, we put aluminum, and later we can install the new gutters.
New gutters.
Holding the gutters because
Well,
this one is old, this way change the wood, the sides.
Yeah.
That's it.
So through you, Madam Chair, what he's saying is he's saying he wants to overlay this board that I'm pointing out right now with aluminum. That is a treatment that the commission has approved before, as long as the brackets stay intact. You recently approved something similar. Instead of aluminum, it was PVC. But do you remember the stick-style house in Elm Park where it had the half timbering?
Yes.
And he went over all of it with PVC, so that would be a similar treatment. He would just be going over the existing with aluminum, but the brackets would need to stay intact, and your rake here, or this piece that it's attached to, that would need to stay wood. You understand? So no aluminum there.
Es que deje
Y
de-
va a mantener madera ahí.
Ajá.
Ok.
Okay, and so on the motion to close public comment, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre, sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi.
Yes.
And Chair Long.
no dice, ¿no?
Yes.
Eso hay que mantener.
And now may I have a motion for a building demo delay waiver for the shingle vinyl in the front of the house with the clapboard vinyl around the side and back.
The commission finds that the proposed demolition at 3 Decatur Street, consisting of replacing rotted wood trim with in-kind and encasing it in aluminum material, and maintaining the brackets and painting it vinyl siding 3 sides of the building, but having vinyl shingles in the front would not be detrimental to the historical or architectural resources of the city of Worcester.
Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes.
Okay, so, Caesar, you're good with your siding?
Yeah.
But then you know you have to come back in August for the porches?
Yeah.
Okay?
Just a little bit question. And the edge, we change the wood, and we keep the wood, or we can put the aluminum?
They approved you putting aluminum on the vertical board
Around all.
under where your gutters would be. They said you could do aluminum there, but you got to keep wood on the underside, and you have to keep the brackets intact, and you'll scrape and paint them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to new business, item number 2, which is 27 John Street. Me too. It's so beautiful.
Hi, Madam Chair. I'm Tim Hansen. I'm the program manager for the Housing Division's lead paint program. We are doing this project due to it was a lead poison case. It is a lead poison case. And as you can tell, it's a very nice-looking building and has a lot of historic integrity that we like to try to keep. The main thing is the front windows have tested positive for lead on that. They will be replaced to match existing. They'll either be wood, aluminum clad, or a composite, and the lights will mirror it. I don't want to talk about 1:1 and everything, because there's different sets on that. I don't want to misspeak, but it'll mirror
But you'll be
that.
matching the grids that are there.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not really grids, but yes.
Okay.
So,
And you're using the higher grade windows, and there's already a lead poisoning case in the house?
yes, there is.
Okay, so this has to be done immediately?
This project with we're doing it as fast as we normally do, a lead poison case on that.
Okay,
Okay, usually in cases like this, once we have the contractor, they do send us what windows are going in before they order them. And we always run it by the historical planner, Michelle Johnson.
Oh, great.
On that.
Okay.
We work side by side on these cases a lot.
do the families need to move out to do it?
It looks like they would have to be relocated.
They would, okay.
And I hate to use the word move out, even though they don't have to be there.
Right.
It's just that, as you can tell, it's an older structure on that.
Right.
Move out means you have to take everything out. In most cases, they have to put it in the center of the room, and it's covered with 6 mil plastic on that. That's usually the normal course of action on it.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions regarding the need for these windows to be replaced?
No, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does. They did a nice job with this house. I have no questions either. We can open it up for any public comment.
And through the chair, to anybody who's joined remotely, you can use the raise hand feature, or you can dial *9 to raise your hand if you have joined on the phone. But I'm not seeing anything at this point.
Right, hearing none, I'll request a motion to close public comment.
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. And now may I have a motion for a building demo delay waiver to replace the windows with the simulated divided light windows to match what is there currently?
The commission finds that the proposed demolition at 27 John Street, consisting of replacing windows with wood-clad aluminum windows with matching existing grids and replacing any rotted wood throughout, would not be detrimental to the historical or architectural resources of the city of Worcester.
Second?
And just a friendly amendment to that, and so I think that the commission understands. So the windows in the front, like Commissioner Thierman mentioned, will be aluminum clad wood or composite, so that's another option. And then the windows on the side will be simulated divided light vinyl on the sides. Do we still have a second on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good with that motion? Okay, so on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes.
All set?
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Item number 3, we have 70 Mulberry Street requesting to put in new Trex decking on the porch floors and to remove enclosures in the rear. Hello.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, so tell us about your proposal here.
Yeah, so you can see on the right photo, there's actually plywood down on top of the original 1x4 pine, right? I think it's 1x4 pine, which is original to the house, or is not original to the house? You don't know.
It's most likely original to the house, but it's under plywood and isn't in very good condition because it's been covered by plywood. So.
And looking to replace that and do Trex decking. It is very, I would say, is pretty unsafe. Right now, the stairs going up to that are quite wobbly, and then the railing.
Extremely.
Yeah, extremely wobbly.
They're not good.
Yeah, not good at all. And then the railing on the right side, we'd be looking to fix that the best we can. There is some rot in the way back where the mouse is, so we're going to try to do our best to fix it. And use, I forget what you said, what we're going to use.
So what, I mean, this is administratively approvable, this part, but I included it in the application anyway. So what I recommended is just a metal railing attached into the existing handrail because it has to be made to code. So the existing balustrade that you see below is going to remain in place, and the ugly, 2x4 or whatever is there is going to be removed. And there's a lot of ways we can do it. They could do it with like a plexiglass. They could do it with a black, matte finish railing that just brings it up to code and has spindles spaced appropriately for code. But that's more just an FYI. But that is part of the full scope of work.
And then on top of that, we'd also be looking to remove the windows on the left side photo. Those are not original to the house nor the porch. And then the siding as well. We'd be looking to do vinyl white siding because the asphalt is not original to the house.
All right, so you're removing those windows on the second floor, also on the third?
Yes, that's correct. They're both not original to the house.
Okay, so it'll be open air like it is on the first floor?
Exactly, but it will be raised. So if you can think that railing, like that window probably goes to here, it will be raised probably up to here, up to code,
Right.
for both floors and that bottom floor as well. So for all 3 floors.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions on this project?
Yeah, and there's also not original siding underneath the asphalt. I know that's.
We ripped the asphalt shingles off
How many layers are there?
to see. Well, we went out there because I wanted to see what was underneath to see if they could replicate it, but there's nothing left.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it's going to look better.
It'll be safer.
It will be safer.
I don't have any other questions on this project. We can open it up to any public comment.
And to any members of the public who may have joined online, you can hit *9 on your phone to use the raise hand feature or use the raise hand feature from the Zoom app. But I'm not seeing anybody.
All right, hearing none, I'll ask a motion to close public comment.
I'll make a motion to close public comment. Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo? Yes. Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman?
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski?
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez-Lavoti?
Yes.
Chair Long?
Yes. And now may I have a motion for a building demo delay waiver to replace the flooring with Trex deck flooring on the porches, remove all of the windows around the second and third, and vinyl side.
The commission finds that the proposed demolition at 70 Mulberry Street, consisting of replacing the porch floors, removing the windows on the second and third floors of the rear porch, and increase the railing to code, installing vinyl siding on the rear porches, and raising all the railing heights throughout to code, would not be detrimental to the historical or architectural resources of the city of Worcester. Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. Thank you very much. Good luck with the project. Moving on to item number 4, we have a request for a certificate of appropriateness. This is retroactive for Rob Roy Academy. They changed the sign, and they are in the Crown Hill Local Historic District. Hi.
I'm Tracy Casey, and I'm one of the owners of Rob Roy Academy, and we are here to apologize for doing our sign without getting prior approval. The sign, as you can see on the left, was really just very aged. It had been there since we purchased the building in the late 80s, and we wanted to update it so that it reflected more of the beautiful area that we're in, and to the right is the new panels on the sign.
Looks nice.
Thank you.
Looks better.
It's really pretty when it's lit, too.
I'm sure. Yep.
How long ago did this actually happen?
It's been 2 months, maybe?
Okay. I didn't notice last time I was there. I get my hair cut there.
Oh,
And I did not notice it.
Were you just unaware that it was in a historic district, or just didn't think the sign?
I just didn't even think about it, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, that we had to get approval since we didn't change the perimeters of the sign, and we had just done our roof, so you would think it would have struck me, but I
Right.
did not, and I
Okay.
fully apologize.
All right. I have no questions on this.
No.
We can open it up for any public comment.
To anybody who's joined online, you can hit *9 on your cell phone or use the raise hand feature in the Zoom app to request to speak. I do not see anybody, though.
All right. May I have a motion to close public comment?
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. And now may I have a certificate of retroactive certificate of appropriateness for the Rob Roy change of sign?
The commission finds that the proposed changes at 150 Pleasant Street, consisting of changing a sign to something more attractive, is appropriate for the local Crown Hill Historic District.
Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope to see you soon, Stephen.
All right. Did everybody have a chance to read through the minutes for June 5th and June 26th?
Yes.
Did anybody have any changes that they needed to make?
Nope.
Then I will make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
Second?
And on that motion, Commissioner Santos Restivo,
Yes.
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Thierman,
Yes.
Commissioner Halnarski,
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor,
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez Lavodi,
Yes.
Chair Long.
Yes. Under other business, we have both A and B, which are invitations to comment on Section 106, one from the City of Worcester and one from Dynamic Environmental Associates. Does anybody have a desire to make comments on any of these items?
No.
I agree, so we will not be commenting on the Section 106. Item C, we have an invitation from Mass Department of Conservation and Recreation to comment on the state-funded project at Quinsigamon State Park.
So through you, Madam Chair, this is basically the, companion at the state level to Section 106. It's because it's only state funding that's being used, so same thing applies here. Some new shade canopy, structures are being installed at the state park at Lake Quinsigamon. So,
Yeah, it looks great.
yeah, so you can comment if you want. If not, you don't have to.
Bravo. That's our comment.
Good job.
Looks good.
Shape is good.
All right, we've already done the minutes, so it looks like that's it. We do have a card going out to our fellow commissioner. And if nobody has anything else, then I say, let's adjourn the meeting. Everybody in agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. And